Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
The issues of trademarks and brands and so on pop up in the news quite often. Legally, there are issues. And both Kenny and Ian sent me notes saying, Steve, check this story out. There's a band called OK Go. OK Go. They're famous for some of their videos. They're very, very well known for their very, very creative videos. And there's a cereal company that wants to put out a cereal and call it OK Go. And the band heard about this and contacted Post, the manufacturer of the foodstuffs, and said, you guys can't name a cereal OK Go because that's the name we're using for our band. And the cereal company takes the position that, well, no, you guys are a band. We make cereal. We have the right to use that name on cereal because no one's going to confuse the cereal with the band. So they filed a lawsuit against the band for the right to use OK Go as the name of an instant cereal. And they're asking a court to enter an order allowing the cereal company to use the name OK Go over the objections of OK Go. So the band, best known for their viral 2006 treadmill music video, have been sued by Post Foods over the right to continue using the band's name for a newly launched line of instant cereal cups named OK Go. By the way, Eddie Fu wrote this for consequence.net. According to Post's complaints, that's the lawsuit filed in Minnesota federal court on January 13th, the band had been threatening to sue the cereal maker, and the company would be unfairly forced to continue investing in its new OK Go brand while under the constant threat of unfounded future litigation by defendants. I wish I could see the hands of my audience if I said, raise your hands if you think the band is right in this one. Okay, who thinks the corporation making the cereal is right in this one? Anyone? Anyone? Post is seeking a declaratory judgment ruling that the company hasn't done anything wrong, citing its trademark application for OK Go that was approved in 2022. You should know that you can submit a trademark application to the federal government's office that handles these things, and they will simply take a glance at it and see if it appears to conflict with anything else out there. And quite often, they'll look at something and go, that's borderline, but we'll grant it anyway. They'll let the courts straighten it out. So, according to Post, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office did not find the cereal line's name would cause confusion with OK Go's brand name. But, of course, keep in mind that the U.S. PTO, as I like to call it, isn't the final arbiter on this. They simply grant it, and many of these things do get hashed out in court. So in a statement to Billboard, the band said they were caught off guard by the lawsuit. A big corporation chose to steal the name of our band to market disposable plastic cups of sugar to children. That was an unwelcome surprise, to say the least. But when they sue us about it, presumably the idea is they can just bully us out of our own name since they have so much more money to spend on lawyers. I guess that's often how it works, but hopefully we'll be the exception. Meanwhile, fellow indie rockers, they might be giants, birdhouse in my soul, chimed in with a Facebook post in support of their friends, writing, Post is suing our pals OK Go in order to appropriate OK Go's name for their product. Perhaps you think this is wrong, or perhaps you're thinking of marketing your own brand of Nike microwave popcorn. Either way, it'd be nice to shame Post cereal out of this creepy and unfortunate act. Based on the back and forth laid out in Post's lawsuit, however, the dispute seemed destined for court. OK Go's attorney had sent a cease and desist letter to Post back in September, alleging the company's new brand name would suggest to consumers that the band was endorsing Post's products. And there's an issue, and I know people are going to say, but Steve, OK Go is a band. So if I see OK Go cereal, I should know that the band isn't making cereal now. Well, yes and no. There are tie-ins with products done by some people that might not seem to make a whole lot of sense. There's the old joke about the person who bought the old Ford Explorer and had a hard time getting all those monograms off it from the previous owner, Eddie Bauer. And I know that's a bad joke, but the point is that there's an Eddie Bauer edition of a Ford Explorer. Eddie Bauer doesn't make vehicles, but Ford licensed the name Eddie Bauer to put on the vehicle. So when you see that, you know that, oh, Eddie Bauer got some money for that. Obviously, they're using his name. And there are other things that don't make as much sense to me, but I've seen them. I've seen a Harley Davidson edition of a truck. Harley Davidson edition of a truck. Now, Harley Davidson doesn't make cars or trucks. They make motorcycles. Why would somebody want to buy a truck branded Harley Davidson along with the brand of the manufacturer? I don't know, but somebody thought it would work. They paid Harley Davidson a bunch of money, and Harley Davidson allowed it to happen. So when I see a breakfast cereal called OK Go, the first thought I have is, wait, that's a band. There's a band called OK Go. What's their connection to this cereal? Is there one? I would assume there is, because it's not such a typical group of two words. OK Go. That I hear that and I think of the band. Okay? Go. So in the letter, the attorney claimed the band's past collaboration with Sony, Mercedes-Benz, Google, and more has led consumers to associate OK Go name with consumer products across various industries, especially OK Go's previous collaboration with Post on a series of promotional videos for Honey Bunches of Oats. So OK Go had already done something with Post. So they have a relationship, at least in the past they did. So some people might go, oh, OK Go worked with them in the past, and now apparently is doing this with them now. That's what I would think. An attorney for Post retorted a week later by downplaying the band's argument in a rather snarky manner. Given the length of time that has passed since that limited collaboration over a decade ago, the very small number of views indicated on the YouTube videos you referenced, and the general consuming public's rather short attention span, it will also have absolutely no bearing on consumer perception of Post's mark OK Go, used with cereal or cereal-based snacks, and will not lead to any mistaken association with OK Go. Post claims it then offered to pay OK Go as part of a good faith effort for a branding collaboration co-marketing arrangement. But the band rejected the offer without providing a counterproposal and then made a clear threat of potential litigation. So that's an important concept. Post actually said, fine, we'll pay you if we can use your name. Now, I know someone would say, well, Steve, come on. Sometimes they settle cases by offering things they might not owe that clear cut. It might just be they're trying to solve a problem here by paying some money. But OK Go had a relationship with Post previously promoting their products, and then the company offered OK Go money this time to go along with them. OK Go said no. So having a product named OK Go to me seems like a problem, because OK Go is that specifically identifiable of a name for a band. Okay, so I don't know if I would, buy Post's argument on this. I suppose if I were to pitch my Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze breakfast cereal and go, what? I got to pay the estate of Jimi Hendrix for that? No, it's got nothing to do with Jimi Hendrix. To me, this is silly. This is silly. And the sad part is that Post does have more money to spend on this, I presume, than the band does. And, some people might look at that and go, but Steve, seriously, does it really hurt the band to have a product out there that's not named for them? It just happens to use the same name. Does it really hurt them? And, not everything is about necessarily the fact that you get hurt by something, right? The fact is, who's got the right to do something? And, the whole idea that there's something that you own, right? If I told you that you have a widget, okay? Let's get back to the widget. You've got a widget. And I come over one day to your house and I see your widget. And I go, hey, is that your widget? You go, yeah. I say, hang on a second. I pull out a sledgehammer and go, wham, I smash the widget. You go, dude, why'd you do that to my widget? I go, oh, it's no big deal. I'll buy another one. Now, if I handed you the cash equivalent of one widget and said, you've been made whole, You shouldn't even be mad at me. You should just go, oh, okay. You picked up a widget, put down cash. Same thing. No. If you own something, you're the one who has a right to say what gets done with it. That's like stuff they teach little kids. And so this band came up with this name, OK Go. They've been marketing themselves with that moniker for all these years, and a lot of people know who they are. And so they've done all this work creating value for the name OK Go. And if somebody comes along and goes, hey, I got a great name for a breakfast cereal. Let's call it OK Go. There are rooms full of people at big businesses whose job it is to think up names for products. Somebody actually said, let's name it OK Go. Let's take a vote. And a bunch of people said, sure, let's do that. Dumbest thing ever. So unfortunately, this will get tied up in courts. There'll be a bunch of hearings. They'll probably go up on appeal. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees will get spent. Some people will note that OK Go right now is getting a bump in their video views because people are going to go watch that treadmill video. And it will help them to some extent. That won't make up for the lost legal fees. So unfortunately, the corporation here, Post, ought to do what's right and just back down and go, you know something, it ain't worth it. We'll do the right thing and name it something else. Sugar bombs, whatever. But right now, it's in court. So Post Foods sues the band OK Go over the right to use the name OK Go on instant cereal. From consequence.net, Eddie Fu wrote that. Kenny and Ian both sent it. Thanks a lot. Questions or comments, put them below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. One can never know for sure what a deserted area looks like.